Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, John Glinda, coming to you live each and every Monday night, only here on Oldies and More Radio. Want to welcome you to the July 18th, 2022 All 60's edition here on Oldies and More Radio, also streaming live on YouTube. So Johnny G saying hi to those of you watching me on the movie screen there, as I want to welcome you for the next 3 hours. For the next 3 hours, cool 60s 45s out of my collection. We just opened up with the Marquis out of Memphis, Tennessee. Their 13th of 14 releases on the Stax label. It was called the Philly Dog, which is actually a cover of the Rufus Thomas 1963 hit Walkin' the Dog. I know many of you don't want to walk the dog in this terrible weather, though. But anyway, Rufus Thomas also recorded for the Stax label. Now, the Marquis, best known for their 1961 pre-Stax label release, which was on Satellite Records. You may know the song called Last Night, but this song called Philly Dog charted number 2 on KOKY in Little Rock, Arkansas. As this is our opener tonight from January 1966 on the Stax label, the Marquis, with a song called The Philly Dog. Johnny G, I apologize. I had some wine at dinner time tonight. Needed a glass of wine for all the things that happened today. But anyway, let's start it off here with the vocal portion. It's a request for Jerry Raisin. Now, Rudy Clark penned the song called Good Lovin', originally done by an artist by the name of Lemmy B. Good. Came out on the Mercury label back in April of 1965. But Rudy Clark, he really didn't like the way it came out. So he rewrote it with his buddy, his writing partner, Artie Resnick, and they changed some of the lyrics. They changed the tempo a little bit, and they gave it to the Olympics to record first. And, of course, the Young Rascals did it also. They had a big hit, their second release for Atlantic back in 1966. But here is the Olympics version that was requested by Jerry Raisin. It features Walter Ward on lead. This was number 81. If I could see it right, number 81 on Billboard, but a big number 5 record on WTMA in Charleston, South Carolina. Our vocal opener tonight is by the Olympics, going out to Jerry. March 65 on the Loma record label. It's called Good Lovin'.
Can you tell me
That's going out to Jerry Nays in there. We open up the vocal portion. The Olympics. The Olympics, they date way back, way back. They started back in 1955. What was the name of the group? As I forget. You know, Johnny G goes brain dead on Monday, but that's March 1965. 65 release. If I said 66, my eyes are playing tricks on me. That's March 1965 by the Olympics on the Loma record label. Good Lovin' is the name of the tune. Hopefully Johnny G going to bring you good songs here tonight on the All 60s edition for this next singer. He's originally from Birmingham, Alabama, came on the record scene back in 1965 on the Backbeat record label. Then he had two on South Camp Records in 1967. Another one came out on the Quinvy label, which brings us to his next release on the New York City Diamond record label. It's a song he wrote. His name is Don Varner, and this one came out in July of 1969. It's a song he wrote. Give a listen to Don Varner, V-A-R-N-E-R, on the Diamond record label. It's called More Power to Ya.
I struggled hard all my life because I had future plans. We sat down to discuss them, baby, you seem to understand. From that day to this, we had vowed we'd never quit. But then you turn your back on me, baby, played a low down dirty chick. If you wanna leave me, baby, if you wanna leave me, darling, more power to you. I worked hard, baby, trying to do things for you. But the harder I tried, it just seemed to be no use. I ate beans from a can, Lord knows, for a mighty long, long time. And now you decide you wanna change your mind. If you wanna leave me, baby, if you wanna leave me, darling, more power to you. I tried hard not to believe what my neighbors had to say, but the truth came to the light when I came home early one day. There you were, but you weren't home alone. Then I finally realized this was a house and not a home. Although it hurt me, no, down inside, I refused to be used by my own selfish pride. But I ain't gonna cry, no, and I sure ain't gonna die. I'm gonna find me another one right now, stand here in my corner. So if you wanna leave me, baby, if you wanna leave me, darling, more power to you. If you wanna leave me, baby, more power to you. I don't need it no more, baby. If you don't believe in me, I ain't got no use for a woman that don't wanna love me. Ain't got no use for a woman that don't believe in me. That's the door, baby, and more power to you. Think it for yourself, baby.
July 69 there for Mr. Don Varner. Don Varner on the Diamond record label out of New York City. More Power to Ya is the name of the tune. He had, I think, one more release on House of Orange. I think I have him on from 1971. Let's continue now. Have a girl group here from Queens, New York. They are Jeanette Maxine, Nina Sandy, and Vernell Miller. Collectively, they were known as the Miller Sisters. I often feature these gals on my 1950s show, and they started back in 1955. Their father, William Henry Miller, I think he owned the Acme record label. He was a big writer and producer, and I think he actually co-wrote this song. And he was very instrumental in their career. But this he also has, I said, contributions to the music as a songwriter, producer, label owners. But the gals, they recorded for 13 different labels during their career, and this is one of their last releases, I think. It's on the GMC record label, Gene Moretti's GMC label. It was co-written by their father, William Henry Miller. It's their first of three. I think I have all three. I know I have two of them. This was from 1966. This is their first. The Miller Sisters on GMC. This is the A-side. It's called Your Love, the Miller Sisters. As Johnny G's getting caught here, and I need to clarify something to you listeners that are tuned in. You understand that I play original records. I don't play MP3s like 90. I think all the other disc jockeys on Oldies and More play MP3s. I only play records, so I can only pull the records out in advance to play for the night. So if I get requests for Gene Chandler or Don and Juan or the Supremes or the Four Tops or whoever you want to talk about, I can't play them. I have to go down 3 flights of stairs to the no humidity basement and find the records and pull them out and run all the way upstairs while you're waiting here and play the records. I cannot take instant requests unless they're flip sides of 45's I'm playing tonight. Please understand, Johnny G is a different disc jockey than most disc jockeys that play live on the radio. I play original records. I can't stream jingles. I could sing jingles, but I can't stream jingles. So you can send me requests at vinyltreasures@aol.com, and I will find the records. If they're not big monster hits that are going to get me a copyright strike, I will play them. But you can type in requests galore. I can't get them for tonight. You can let me know in advance. You can let Charlene know, my admin assistant, and I'll get the records eventually. And that's going out to those of you that don't understand how Johnny G does his DJ show. Not trying to be rude or anything, but that's how it's going. And I got some requests for tonight, some special requests for listeners that sent them to me in advance. So let's continue here. Hope you're digging on the cool tunes. Those are the Millers. What did I say? The Miller Sisters from 1966. That's their first of three on the GMC record label. Your Love is the name of the tune. So let's continue now for this next singer. He's from the Bronx, New York. He was born Jerome Louis Jackson. He recorded as J.J. Jackson, had a big hit in 1966. I'm sure many of you know the record, if not bought the 45 on the Calla label. It's called But It's All Right. But after Calla, he had releases on Loma and Warner Brothers. I think a total of 8 between those two labels. And this is his third on the, I think this is his third on the Loma label. I guess that's what it is, because after, I think that's his third on Loma. I don't know. Maybe it's Loma and Warner Brothers. But anyway, he co-wrote this tune from July 1968. J.J. Jackson on the Loma label. It's called Too Late. That's J.J. Jackson. J.J. Jackson there from July 1968. That's on the Loma record label. Too Late is the name of the tune. Loma, subsidiary of Warner Brothers Records, but lots of great tunes on the Loma label. Let's continue now. And we head to Detroit, Michigan for this group, discovered by ex-Moonglows member Harvey Fuqua. First, the group first recording for his Tri-Fi record label in 1961. Then they signed with Berry Gordy Jr.'s Motown label in 64. There have been numerous member changes through the years of this group, but here's their fourth of 6 releases on the Motown label. This is the intended B-side, though, of their fourth release. This one produced by Ivy Hunter, and it's from May 1967. Give a listen to the Spinners on the Motown label. It's called I Cross My Heart.
sacrifice your precious love you gave to me. Come back to me and in this misery that I'm existing in, darling, let me in again. Cross my heart, I'll never, never make you cry again. And I'll cross my heart, I'll never make you say goodbye again. Oh no. Oh no, darling, I cross my heart. I swear I'll never misuse your love again. I cross my heart, and I'll never, never make you cry again.
May 1967 release there for the Spinners on the Motown record label. I Cross My Heart, that is a B-side there. I forget what the A-side is called, but how about a twin spin on the Spinners here? That was their fourth release, their fourth of six. This is their fifth of six, and this one produced by Berry Gordy Jr.'s brother, George Gordy. This is from October 1968, the Spinners on the Motown record label. It's called Bad Bad Weather, parentheses, Until You Come Home. The Spinners. Ah, darn this turntable. There you go.
Since you've been gone, my voice sounds like thunder. My friends say I seem like a cloudy day. All I need is a stroke of lightning to make my frame a little more bright. I'll be bad, bad weather till you come home. Oh, I'm gonna be bad weather till you come home. Lord, yes I will, baby. I'm gonna be thunder and lightning till you come home. Oh yeah. Now my little room reminds me of London town. When the sun goes down, honey, it's cold and misty and all so foggy. It's hard to find my way around. And if I should stumble upon something that belongs to you, I become confused inside and I don't know what to do. I'm gonna be oh baby, till you come home, baby. Oh yes I will. I'm gonna be till you come home. Oh yeah, baby. There's a tornado inside of me, adding to all of my misery. Girl, are you trying to destroy me? It's so let me know to prepare for much more of this bad weather till you come home. Oh yeah, baby, it's gonna be this baby. It's gonna be baby, till you get here, baby. Oh, it's gonna be bad weather till you come home, baby.
I had a twin spin on the Spinners there. That one not played much. When was the last time you heard that record on the radio? There you go, the Spinners there with a twin spin, October 1968 on the Motown record label. Bad Bad Weather, parentheses, Until You Come Home. We're having bad weather here. These downpours of rain today, but we haven't had a lot of rain here in the New York area, so the grass is going to grow after today's storms. Anyway, let's continue here. Up next, Here's a 45 on Morris Levy's Roulette record label. Don't know where this gal is from. I was trying to find out where she was from, but I like this song. This is actually the B-side to her debut single, written by Ronnie Savoy and Rosemarie McCoy for Suron, S-U-R-O-N Productions. Her name is Brenda Jo Harris. I think I'm going to flip it over and play the A side of this too. But this is the B side, which I like. It's the slower side from September 1968. Brenda Jo Harris on Roulette Records. I played the heck out of this record, though. It's kind of worn. It's called Your Love is Like a Hurricane. Brenda Jo Harris.
It's finally happening to me. It really moves me. You're like a hurricane. You're like a hurricane. This morning, just like always, I woke up with you on my mind. Burnt my toast, spilled my coffee. Oh, I never got to work on time. Couldn't stand to come home lonely and sad, so I stopped downtown to shop around. Yeah. Started raining, was I glad, 'cause they couldn't see my tears that fell down. Your love is like a hurricane, ripping the soul apart. Your love is like a hurricane, tearing out my heart. Knocks me down, twists me around, sometimes I listen to up off the ground. Sometimes I feel the sunrise inside of me. Just for a moment, I think your love is gonna let me be. Then out of the clear blue sky, lightning strikes, and it all begins. Yeah, I get a chill, and I know the storm has started all over again. Your love is like a hurricane, ripping the soul apart. Your love is like a hurricane, tearing out my heart. Knocks me down, twists me around, sometimes it lifts me up off the ground. Your love is like a hurricane, tearing out my heart.
As the rain is pouring down here. As Brenda Jo Harris, September 1968. That's the B-side to her debut single on the Roulette record label, song entitled Your Love is Like a Hurricane. Let me play the flip side, though. This is the Ronnie Savoy wrote the flip side here. This is the intended A side here. This charted. This made it on the R&B chart. This was it bubbled under on Billboard at number 131, I think, for 1 week, and it was on the R&B chart. It made it only up to number 50. It's called Standing on the Outside. Let's play this. Brenda Jo. Standing on the Outside. Brenda Jo Harris.
I'm knocking,
That's the A-side to their debut single for Brenda Jo Harris, first of two on Morris Levy's Roulette record label, Standing on the Outside. The flip side's Your Love Is Like a Hurricane, September 68. She has another one on the Better label, I think. I don't know when that came out, 1969 or 70. I have that one. I'm not sure if I have the other Roulette. I have to check my Ken Klee book as we continue here for this next singer. He's from Chicago, Illinois. His name is Lee Charles Neely. Now, his first release came out on the Descar record label. Then he signed with Review Records. Actually, I think this record was either the master was sold to Review Records, which is a label out of California. So this is his first of two on Review, written by Gerald Sims and Floyd Smith. And Gerald Sims also produced this. This was number 54 on WBOK in New Orleans, Louisiana. We go to December 1967. Lee Charles is his name on Review Records. It's called If That Ain't Loving You.
Climb the highest mountains with no shoes and search for the smallest cup. Sit down alongside the deepest ocean and try to drink it good. Kind of love you've been giving to me makes me feel like a mighty man. I will gladly walk through the lines country and make them eat out of the palm of my hand. Oh, that ain't loving you, baby. That ain't loving you, baby. That ain't loving you, baby. Bet you never find a man that will give you a love. No, 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 no. I would go to Vietnam with the pea shooter just to hear you say you. I would gladly walk through the end of the world if I thought you'd be waiting. Baby, don't think I'm foolish, giving you so much. For you just don't know how you make me feel when I'm embraced in your tender touch. Oh, if that ain't loving you, baby. If that ain't loving you, baby. If that ain't loving you, baby. Bet you never find a man that will give you a no, 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 no. I would spend my life in Alaska, 'cause your love wouldn't let me free. And I would go on a picnic by myself with Bermuda shorts over my knees. For your love, I'll go hunting, fight a grizzly bear on my knees. And I'll cover myself with nothing but honey and sleep in the highs of a bee. For I never thought that love could do a man like this. But I gladly give you all of these things. But what sweet kiss, oh, that ain't loving you, baby. If that ain't loving you, baby. If that ain't loving you, baby. Let you never find a man that will give you that. Oh, that ain't loving you, baby. If that ain't loving you, baby. If that ain't loving you, baby. Let you never find a man that will give you that.
December 67 release there for Lee Charles. I say Lee Williams. That's somebody else. Lee Charles, the first of two on the Review record label. If That Ain't Loving You, and he also has releases on Brunswick, I think also on Bamboo Records. And what I used to do was, when I was buying heavily on eBay, you see, I run this Review record label. So when I would see records, I mean, Saturn Music, I think it was Saturn Music, he was kind of like the liaison between Ray Dobard. That's what I'm getting confused. Ray Dobard. He was he owned the Music City record label out in Oakland, California. Now he had, I think, at least 2 warehouses, if not possibly 3 warehouses, filled with records. And he would order the records. Mainly R&B soul records, but he goes way back to the 1950s. But when he passed away, he owned back taxes to the government. So the IRS auctioned his warehouses off. And there were a bunch of guys, some of them I know well, others I don't know that well, that went in to bid on this stuff. And then they had to split it up. But the middle guy that got this whole thing connected, or maybe found out about it, was the owner of Saturn Music. Now, he wasn't supposed to be selling those records out in the market. He wasn't supposed to flood the market with the records, because the other guys, like Manship and a couple of the other guys, they had copies. They said, well, we're going to sell them on our set sale list. But Saturn Music didn't listen. He posted them up there. The guys were not happy with that. So you can get multiple copies. They were going up every week. They would be selling. And so they'd start off really high. So a record would show up that probably wasn't there for, a while. So people bid $50, $60, $70. So by the time it was at the end of the year, and he might have had 50 copies of the record, I lucked out in getting them for $7.99. So I would put the minimum bid. Oh, I need review number 11049. I'm going to buy it. This is a soul record anyway. I don't know how it sounds, but I'm going to buy it. So that's how I bought that specific record. Anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. Let's continue now. And up next, we have the Platters. The Platters that I feature a lot on my 1950s show. But they also had some very cool 60s records. Now, they're mostly known, of course, as I mentioned, their releases for the Mercury label in the 50s with Tony Williams as the lead singer. But Tony Williams, he left the group to go solo and was replaced by Sonny Turner. And when they signed with Music Core Records, the new Platters groups included members Herb Reed, an original, Dave Lynch, an original. They added ex-Flamingos member Nate Nelson, and they did get a gal to replace Zola Taylor. Her name was Sandra Dawn, and the new lead singer, his name was Sonny Turner. And they had 12 releases on the Music Core record label, and this was their first right out of the box. This was number 35 on Cashbox, 31 on Billboard, number 6 on the R&B chart, and a big number 1 record on WWIN in Baltimore, Maryland. We go to March 1966 for the Platters on the Music Core label. It's called I Love You 1,000 Times.
Love you, baby, 1,000 times. Remember love notes the teacher found in school.
Whoops. It's Johnny G's getting caught here a lot. The sound of the Platters there. It's their debut, or the first release on the Music Core record label, March 1966. The great Sonny Turner on lead there. The Platters with I Love You 1,000 Times. That one there on the Music Core record label. I also dig the flip side of this, as I would play both sides, probably the same. The flip side is up-tempo and written by, I'm looking on the label now, Herb Reed co-wrote this with Nate Nelson, the Ex-Flamingos. The name of this song is called Hear No Evil, Speak No Evil, and See No Evil. This is a B-side to that Platters tune. Let's give it a spin. Right here, the Platters.
See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil.
Let no one tell you that I've been untrue. Don't say we're through, baby. Don't break my heart in two. Sometimes the things you see ain't what they seem to be. So baby, don't you hear, don't you speak, don't you see no evil, don't you hear, don't you speak, don't you see no evil, trust me. Hear no evil. Cover your ears to the lies about me. Speak no evil. Don't say you believe them, baby. I love only you. Just close your eyes to all their dirty lies. And baby, don't you hear, don't you speak, don't you see no evil, don't you hear, don't you speak, don't you see no evil, trust me. Now just because of one monkey heard I didn't love you, the second one swears that it's true. The third one said he saw me walking and talking, flirting with somebody new. Well, let them talk if they want to. It don't mean a thing. And I swear I love you, baby. You're my everything. Just have a little faith in me. How happy we will be. So baby, don't you hear, don't you speak, don't you see no evil, don't you hear, don't you speak, don't you see no evil, baby, don't you speak, don't you see no evil, don't believe what they're saying now, don't you see no evil, you know that I love you, girl, don't you see no anything in the world.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. The A-side by the Platters that we heard their debut, their first release on the Music Core label, I Love You 1,000 Times. The flip side of that is, I didn't write it down, but I knew I was going to play it. Hear no evil, speak no evil, and see no evil. We'll send that one out to Ryan Heisey in our YouTube chat room. He's normally in my 50s show, but Ryan's in our 60s show. It's great to see Ryan in the 60s show, and all of you in the chat rooms, both on Oldies and More Radio and also on YouTube. Let's continue now for this next tenor saxophonist band leader from New Orleans, Louisiana, formed his band in 1961 after leaving the service and moving to Montgomery, Alabama. He signed with Leonard Chess's Checker label for 5 releases, and you may know his biggest hit, and it was his first release on the Checker label, Searching for My Love, but this is his final release, his 5th release on the Checker label. It's a song he wrote. This is produced by Cash McCall. A touch of the 70s here, Santi. November 1970. Give a listen to Bobby Moore. Bobby Moore on the Checker label. It's called Give Me Your Love Right Now.
I feel the same sensation that you feel. You need love just like I Life is too short for us to fool around. Why can't I be yours? Oh, why can't you be mine? We can work it out, girl. Welcome to my world, girl. But have a little faith in me. Come on and give me your love, baby. You know I need it. Now that you know just how I feel, we can work it out. I know we will. Don't wait until tomorrow. Tomorrow might be too late. But have a little faith in me. Yeah. Ooh. Come on and give me your love. I don't want you to think I'm impatient, darling, but I need it right now. Oh, and don't wait till tomorrow, baby, 'cause tomorrow might be too late. Oh, I need it right now, baby. Your love.
That's the final release on the Checker label for Bobby Moore. His first release is, as I forgot, it was Bobby Moore and the Rhythm Aces. Yes, November 1970 there for Bobby Moore on Checker's song he wrote, Give Me Your Love Right Now is the name of that tune. Let's go to a girl group sound now. This group is out of Newark, New Jersey. This came out on the Mark III label, was located at 449 Clinton Avenue in Newark. I don't miss driving into Newark now that Johnny G is retired. I can tell you that much. I don't even have the Cadillac anymore. It's gone. But this song written by Harold Thomas. Now, Harold Thomas was a member of the Masqueraders, that great group out of Texas, recorded for, La Beat Records, Wand and Bell, etc. But these gals are called the Valons, Valons, and this came out in August of 1964. Give a listen to the Valons on the Mark III label. It's called You're Something Special.
Yeah.
Johnny G getting caught here. Hold on a second. I got to get my pages in. Am I doing this right here? Hold on a second, folks. Johnny G losing his mind. Yes, we are doing it right. There you go. As we bet we all are. All right, we're all set here. There, August 1964, cool tune there for a group called the Valons. The Valons on the Mark III record label out of Newark, New Jersey. You're Something Special is the name of the tune. Kind of remind me, Dusty Springfield does a song called Something Special also, but it reminded me of something else. It's got that beat like, well, it's not as fast as Romeo by Geno Washington, but it's kind of like that fast beat, though. Anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. Let's continue here. Here's a request for Warren Russell. Warren Russell, I finally found another one of his requests. You can send me your requests at vinyltreasures@aol.com, and we'll send this one out to Warren. Actually, belated birthday wishes to Warren. And Warren, I can definitely see that you can still dance. That is for sure. I saw your Facebook post, and you have a very lovely family, too, that celebrated with you. That's great to see, Warren. And it's a pleasure for me to play records for you, Warren. Warren requested this cool group originally. Well, they're out of Harlem, New York, and they had a classic New York sound, of course, when they recorded for the Josie record label. They had a big hit in '55 called Speedo. Lots of great records. I feature them often on my '50s show, but they rolled into the 1960s. And they had a release on the Arctic label, the Arctic record label. This is like one of the early releases on Arctic, and it's yellow. It's a yellow label. Now, the lead singer on this, his name is Ray Brewster. I think they had another release, Ray Brewster and the Cadillacs, I think, on the Capitol label. White Gardenia, is that the name of the song, maybe? Johnny G drawing a blank here. But this is a tune written by Jesse Powell. That was their orchestra leader for all those years, going back to the 50s, and their manager, their original manager, Esther Navarro. And it was also produced and arranged by Jesse Powell, and Ray Brewster is on lead. This is from December 1964, by request for Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room on the Arctic label. These are the Cadillacs. The song is called Fool.
What a fool I knew you'd be. What a fool I knew you'd be. A kiss, a sigh, and then I know it's gonna be goodbye. So here's what I'll do. When I'm kissing you, I'll be rehearsing for somebody new. You'll wind up looking like a fool. What a fool I knew you'd be. Oh, fool. What a fool I knew you'd be. Well, I looked, I found someone I thought would always be around. So here's what I'll do. When I'm kissing you, I'll be rehearsing for somebody new. You'll wind up looking like a fool. What a fool I knew you'd be. Fool. What a fool I knew you'd be. I don't care what you've been putting down. Now, baby, I don't care if you don't come around. Oh, a kiss, a sigh, and then I know it's gonna be goodbye. So here's what I'll do. When I'm kissing you, I'll be rehearsing for somebody new. You'll wind up looking like a fool. What a fool I knew you'd be. A fool. What a fool I knew. Don't you know you're gonna love me, baby? What a fool I knew. And you're gonna be a fool for me, baby. What a fool I knew you. Many times you told me that. What a fool I knew you. But you know you told me a lie.
As by request for Warren Russell, the Cadillacs there. Cadillacs from December 1964. That's not on the Philly Arctic. I stand corrected. As Reed King in our YouTube chat room says, that is not the same label as the Philadelphia label. Probably out of New York City then, I guess. But those are the Cadillacs. Song entitled Fool. That's going out to Warren. And as I mentioned, also releases on the Capitol record label. Let's continue now. This gal had really never had any major hits, unfortunately. She recorded for Leonard Chess's Chess record label, and she had 15 releases in all on the Chess label between 1961 and 1968. I think other labels too after Chess, but Peachtree, I think, was a later one, but this was her 7th release on the Chess label. This is actually a B-side. The A-side was called No Faith, No Love, which did well regionally and was a number 29 R&B charted record, but I like the B-side here, written by Billy Davis, arranged by Bert Keys. This one also released in December of 1964. Let's give a listen to Midi Collier. Midi Collier on Chess Records. The song is called Together.
You go whenever you please. You never say when you leave. Oh, baby, but if I did the same, I'd be scolded and blamed. If I do what you do, you'd say our love was through. So, baby, if you wanna make it, then baby, let's make it. But together, together, you're out late, maybe having a ball, and I don't even rate a 10-cent call. Oh, baby, but if I did the same, it'll be a dirty shame. You accuse me and abuse me, and then you call me out of my name. Baby, if you wanna make it, then baby, let's make it. But together, if it's fair for you to have your cake and eat it too, yeah. Well, how about a crumb or two for me? I don't wanna be a nag, but don't leave me holding the bag. Let's do this thing the way it was meant to be. And oh yeah, if you wanna make it, then baby, let's make it. But together, let's make it together. Let's make it together. Let's make it together. Oh, come on. Let's make it.
That's the great sound of Midi Collier. Midi Collier, December 1964 release. That's a B-side there. The B-side to, what did I say, her 7th release, 7 of 15 on the Chess record label. Together is the name of the tune. We are together here on a Monday evening, right on Oldies and More Radio, also live on YouTube. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I think a couple guys subscribed and they unsubscribed to the channel, because if you forgot that you subscribed and you hit it again, you will unsubscribe, so you don't want to do that. You don't want to go negative. Johnny G needs positives as we move on here. And I got another twin spin, this time for little Carlton. And actually, I messed it up. I read the second thing wrong. As this next singer, he's from Detroit, Michigan. First recorded for the Lando label back in 1964. He was 11 years old, and he was Little Carlton. And in 1968, he moved to Houston, Texas, and he signed with Don Robey's Backbeat record label as a 14-year-old sensation Little Carlton. And this was his second release for the Backbeat label. Came out in August of 1968. It was number 14 on KYDK in Houston, Texas. Let's give it a spin. Little Carlton on Backbeat Records. It's called Why Don't They Leave Us Alone?
Alone, 'cause when we tell them just how much we love each other, it's the same old song and dance they say is a puppy to love a man. They don't know how we feel inside and just how much they hurt our pride, and this is what we tell.
As 14, I think on the label it says 14-year-old sensation, Little Carlton there. August 1968, that's his second for the Backbeat record label. Song entitled Why Don't They Leave Us Alone? And let's do a twin spin. I cheated a little bit there. You knew I had a twin spin here. And we just heard his second. This is his fourth of 12 on the Backbeat label. This one produced by Andre Williams, and on this 45 he's just known as Carlton. This was number 38 on the R&B chart, but a big number 8 record on WKLR in Toledo, Ohio. This time we go back to September 1969 for Carlton on our twin spin on the Backbeat label. It's called Don't Walk Away.
To say
that I love you.
Ooh, baby. Look at here, girl. Oh, no. And I'm trying to show you
I love you.
Oh, yeah.
Can't you see
that I need you? Yes, I do. I look at you, girl.
When you walk,
girl, you set my soul on fire.
That completes our twin spin. Twin spin on Carlton there, or Little Carlton. Say that 5 times real fast. September 69 release. That one there, his 4th release on the Backbeat label. Don't Walk Away is the name of the tune. Mark Speck mentions that the Superlatives also recorded that tune on the Westbound record label. Don't know which one was first, though. Probably this one. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But actually, his biggest hit was a 45 I purchased in the summer of 1974. I was a junior in high school. He does a nice rendition of Everlasting Love. Who did that first? Oh my goodness. I can't remember. Johnny G can't remember certain things here. I need to take ginkgo root. But anyway, I did buy that 45 when I was a junior in high school. Everlasting Love on that green label. It was ABC Dot, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Up next, we head out to California for this gal, and she co-wrote this song. Now, Reed, I finally was able to pronounce the name of this artist. He spells it, because I researched it today, Wardell, and I was saying Queezerergue. Well, that's pronounced Kazair, Kazair. I researched that today. So I know for a fact every time I put the QUE writing in there, it's really Kazar, Wardell Kazar, because he co-wrote this song and he produced the song too, and he also arranged it. And he produced some big hits during his career too, like Iko Iko by the Dixie Cups, and Barefootin' by Robert Parker, and Groove Me by King Floyd, and this one, plus many others, and this one by this gal by the name of, Robert Knight. That's it. Thank you, Mark. Robert Knight. How could I forget? This gal's name is Lydia Marcel. Lydia Marcel, I think that's how you say it. It's from July 65. It's on the Atco label, and this is what Timothy, tell everybody to do this. The name of the tune is called Everybody Dance. Lydia Marcel.
All you cats that got your own way of walking and your own way of talking.
That's Lydia Marcel. Lydia Marcel, July 1965. Came out on the Atco record label. Everybody Dance is the name of that tune. We move on here on the All 60s edition right here on Oldies and More Radio, also live on YouTube. For this next singer, started recording back in 1958, and lots of my 50s listeners are familiar with his group, a group that formed in Philadelphia. They were known as the Gaynors. They had releases on Red Top, Cameo, Mercury, Tally-Ho, and other labels. And in 1963, he had a big hit with his group called the Enchanters. It was called Cry Baby. Between, I think, his group, the Enchanters, and his solo efforts, he had 11 releases on the United Artists record label. This is his third with the group, the Enchanters. This was a number 68 Billboard hit, number 24 on WPRO in Providence, Rhode Island. Let's go back to February 1966 for Mr. Garnet Mimms and the Enchanters. I don't know if this is right, this date. I got to check it. It's on United Artists Records. It's called Tell Me Baby.
Tell me, baby, can't you see it right? Tell me, baby, even if you lie. 'Cause I've gotta know, I really got to know. I can't go on unless you tell me so. Say it wasn't you, girl, that they saw last night, dancing and carrying over my best friend till the early bright. Tell me you were home in bed. Tell me you were down with the food. Tell me anything, baby, but don't let me find out the truth and the truth. Tell me, baby, can't you see it right? Tell me, baby, even if you lie. 'Cause I've gotta know, I really gotta know. I can't go on unless you tell me so. Let me dry these tears in my eyes and have some peace in my heart. Tell me the girl they thought was you was a mistake on their part. Tell me you still love me. You do love me, don't you, baby? Don't you know, don't you know, I wanna believe in you.
As Garnet Mimms and the Enchanters there. I said it wrong. I had a typo. It's February 64. February 64. That's their third release. He was with the Enchanters still by that time. Garnet Mimms and the Enchanters on United Artists. Song entitled Tell Me Baby. And got a twin spin here with the Garnet Mimms. After he left United Artists, I think he had some releases on the subsidiary label Veep Records. Then he signed with Verve for 4 releases. This is his second on Verve, written by Billy Nichols, produced by Jerry Ragavoy. I think produced also his United Artists singles, also arranged by Gary Sherman. This one released in November of 1968. Garnet Mimms on Verve Records. It's called We Can Find That Love. This is a twin spin.
We can find that love. Oh, baby, we can find that love. All our days are filled with gladness.
That's November 68 there. Garnet Mimms. Garnet Mimms on the Verve label. That's his second of 4 on Verve. We Can Find That Love. How about a twin spin, a triple spin here? Let's go back to that third release on United Artists, and let's flip it over because I was deciding which side to play. I played the A side that charted there, but this flip side didn't chart, and I like the flip side here. It's a nice ballad from February 64. Garnet Mimms and the Enchanters. You flip over Tell Me Baby on United Artists, you get this tune. It's called Anytime You Want Me. This is a triple spin with Garnet Mimms and the Enchanters.
And left me alone in this empty place. Everywhere I go, oh, all I see is your sweet face. Though my pain keeps on growing, there's one thing you should be knowing. Anytime you want me, come on back. Anytime you want me, come on back, baby. Anytime you want me, come on back. Oh yeah. I tried to make you happy, the very best I could. Anything you wanted, whoa, I gave it like a good man should. Even though you did me wrong, I'll be waiting no matter how long. Anytime you want me, I'll be here. Anytime you want me, promise I'll be near, baby. Anytime you want me, I'll be by your side. Oh yeah. I said I'd forgive you for everything in the past. All I need is one more chance, and I know it can last. Now you heard my story, you know just what's on my mind. Tired of being lonely, oh, I've had my share of crime. Without you, I can't go on. Baby, come back where you belong. Anytime you want me, I'll be here. Anytime you want me, promise I'll be near. Anytime you want me, come on back, baby. Anytime you want me, I need your loving, darling.
That's a triple spin. We're going to, well, maybe a quadruple spin, but we'll save that, Mark, for later, because Mark mentioned the flip side of the Verve is good, so we'll stay tuned to that. But that is the flip side of Tell Me Baby. Anytime You Want Me, more like sounding like Cry Baby. I guess they didn't want to push that side. They might have been pushing it too much to have another hit with that, although that's pretty good. I think Rich likes that. DJ Rich likes that in the Oldies and More chat room. That's Garnet Mimms and the Enchanters, February 64 release, Anytime You Want Me on United Artists. Anytime you want Johnny G, you got to tune into the Vinyltreasure show. It's on YouTube, thousands and thousands of hours. There's like, I have archives that go back to 2015. So you got a lot of hours there to look at record labels. Let's continue here. We go to Inkster, Michigan for this next group. They consisted of Deborah Heasley, Tyrone Douglas, Tyrone Berkeley, and the lead singer, Calvin Stevenson. And Their first release came out on the Wheelsville label back in 1965. They had another one, I think, on Solid Hit. Then they signed with Mike Hanks Maz, M-A-H, those are his initials, by the way, M-A Maz label in 68. This, excuse me, this was their first of two on the Maz label. As I mentioned, Calvin Stevenson on lead. This was a big #2 record on WCHB in Detroit, May 1968. Give a listen to the Magic Tones on the Maz label. It's called Together We Shall Overcome.
Only the righteous Lord can make it. Only the pure at heart, can take it. We don't have to hold on any longer, 'cause the fight just getting stronger. There is no danger. Every little heart. Together we shall overcome. Yes, we will. We shall overcome. We may have to struggle in order to lead here. You know the light of knowledge, it makes the way clear. No more waiting for the future, like a forefathers used to. When all the fear is gone, the sun of encouragement is on. Together we shall overcome. Yes, we will. It's written that way. We shall overcome. Keep on trying, and keep on pushing. We'll be pushing and waiting for the day a coming when we shall overcome. We shall overcome. In the morning. We shall overcome. We've been standing on the outside looking in. Now the door is open. Yes, it is. We're going on in. We don't have to hold on any longer, 'cause the mind is getting stronger. Our ship is coming in. Better beware, my friend. 'Cause together we shall overcome. Oh yeah, we'll overcome. You know, we may have to struggle together, but we shall overcome.
That's the first of two, although Reed says the first of three because that comes with a different flip, but it's the first of two legitimately there on the Maz record label, the Magic Tones, May 1968, and it's called Together We Shall Overcome. Now, I don't know which flip here is if this is the common one or not, but this is called It's Better to Love. I know there is a different flip on the other, there's another flip, a different flip there. But anyway, let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And this group, they're originally from Mississippi, but they moved to Los Angeles, California. They're a trio of brothers. They are Robert, Walter, and Mike Kirkland. And they released this song first came out on Robert Kirkland's Byron label, which was out of Los Angeles. Then it came out on Sid Talmadge's Highland label, and it was their first of four on the Highland label, written and produced by group member Robert Kirkland, and the lead singer on this is Mike Kirkland. This charted number 5 on KGFJ out of Los Angeles, California, and they have other releases, I think, on as Mike and on the Review record label. This is from November 65, Mike and the Sensations on the Highland label. It's called Victim of Circumstance.
I realize it's a dream that could never ever be. I'm a victim of a perfectly executed plan. Yes, I'm a victim of circumstance. Tra-la-la, victim of circumstance. I'd like to tell you just how I feel, and that being alone with you gives me such a wonderful thrill. I'll tell you I love you just as soon as I can. But right now I'm the victim of circumstance. I need your love, but I can't take it from you. I can't let you have anything to do with me. But if you take a little time, I'll make you mine. I'm the victim of circumstance. Yes, I'm the victim of circumstance.
November 65 release there from Mike and the Sensations. I have it on the second label, Highland Records, out of Los Angeles, California. It's Victim of Circumstance, Part 1, believe it or not. That's Part 1. The flip side is an instrumental of that side. But let's move on here on the Vinyltreasure Show. We go to Chicago, Illinois. This group discovered singing on the street corner of Chicago by the label owner, Harry Mitchell. He owned the Kelmac label, and the producer for this song, Leon Singleton. This trio of guys, they consisted of Robert Lewis, Carl Washington, and the lead singer, Larry Brownlee. And this was their first of 5, and it's a request for listener Jerry Nazen. The tune written by the lead singer, his name is Larry Brownlee. It's from October 65. This is going out to Jerry on the Kelmac label. These are the CODs. The CODs with their tune called Michael for Jerry.
The lover, before him there was no other. In his time there may be many, but when it's gone, there won't be any. I'm talking about Michael, the lover, Michael, the lover. drop is gone with lots of saying.
When the girls see him coming, they tighten up their game. Cause Michael's about the loveliest boy, and it's got to bring you your pride and joy. That's Michael, the lover. Before him, there was no other. In his time, there may be many.
Oh, when it's gone, there won't be
Talking
any.
about Michael, the lover. Michael, the lover. He's a lover. Everybody knows that's Michael. Everybody calls him Michael, the lover. Michael, I said everybody knows. I know you know. The girls all know that's Michael, the lover. That's Michael. I said
I forgot to mention that this record charted number 41 on Billboard, was number 5 on the R&B charts. Actually, was a pretty big record, number 2 on WIBG in Philadelphia. And those are the CODs from October 1965 on the Kelmac record label. Song entitled Michael, that's going out to Jerry Nazin. And, of course, I think... Mark Speck mentioned it, that Larry Brownlee went on to join the Lost Generation and another group called Mystique. I don't know what year that was, but let's continue here. There you go, Jerry. Played that record for you. And as we continue here on the Vinyltreasure show, and I have to say that we were all saddened to hear the passing of Delphonics lead singer William Hart. Passed away July 14th, 2022. And very sad. Don K. Reed also passed away, a disc jockey that I used to listen to the doo-wop shop when he was on CBS FM. He was also a disc jockey during the day when CBS FM would play, 50s groups and 60s records. They never played 70s, not till... I think they used to call it Future Gold, I think. But anyway, they're all 70s, 80s, and 90s now. But it's a shame now that this happened. But yes, he passed away. So we're going to pay tribute to William Hart of the Delphonics. Put some records out to play. Now, they're from Philadelphia. They had their first release in 1966 on the Moonshot label. Then they had another single on Cameo that was from 1967. Then in late 67, they signed with Stan Watson and Sam Bell's Philly Groove label. They had 17 releases between 1968 and 1974. I got 3 to play tonight as we pay tribute to the late William Hart, the lead singer. Now let's start off with their 4th release on the Philly Groove label. This was number 35 on Billboard, 32 on Cashbox, number 14 on the R&B chart, and a big number 2 record on KATZ in St. Louis, Missouri. The tune written by Tom Bell and the lead singer William Hart. I think they wrote all the sides I'm playing tonight. But this is from November 1968. These are the Delphonics on the Philly Groove record label with the lead singer, the late William Hart, on lead. It's called Ready or Not. Here I Come, parentheses, Can't Hide from Love, the Delphonics.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and keep you happy. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
Those are the Vel-Tones there. The Vel-Tones with the late William Hurt on lead. That one there from November 68. Ready or Not, Here I Come, Can't Find From Love. That's their fourth release on the Philly Groove record label. Let's go to another one here. And this one here, again written by Tom Bell. I had it written, I said Sam. I got Sam on my mind. Tom Bell and William Hurt. This is their sixth release for the Philly Groove label. This was number 40 on Billboard, number 40 on Billboard in both cash box, number 6 on the R&B, and a big number 1 record in a few areas, WDAS in Philly and WWIN in Baltimore, Maryland. This one from July 69, the Vel-Tones on the Philly Groove label. It's called You Got Yours and I'll Get Mine.
If by chance you feel that you don't need me, whoa, baby, whoa, baby. And if by chance you find that you can't love me, whoa, baby, whoa, baby. Well, I did the world to keep. And if by chance you feel he'll love another, whoa, baby, whoa, baby. And I can't give the love you need to you, whoa, baby, oh, baby. I would suggest that you
That's the late William Hart, not the actor. William Hart. William Hart passed away July 14th, 2022, on lead there with the Vel-Tones. July 1969 release, You Got Yours and I'll Get Mine. That one there on the Philly Groove label. That's their sixth release. They followed that song up with this next song, as this is our tri-spin here as we conclude our dedication or our tribute to the late William Hart of the Vel-Tones. This is their seventh and follow-up to that tune on Philly Groove. This was number 13 on Cashbox, 10 on a Billboard, number 3 on the R&B charts, and a big number 1 record on a lot of charts. KGFT in LA, WIXZ in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, KGFJ in LA, and WWRL here in New York City. If you were listening to that station back in December of 69, well, this rolled into 1970. This record released in December 69. The Vel-Tones, William Hart on lead, the Vel-Tones on Philly Groove. It's called Didn't I, parentheses, Blow Your Mind This Time.
I gave my heart and soul to you, girl. Didn't I do it, baby? Didn't I do it, baby? Gave you a love you never knew, girl. Oh, didn't I do it, baby? Didn't I do it, baby? I tried so many times, and that's no lie. It seems to make you laugh each time I cry. Didn't I blow your mind this time? Didn't I? Didn't I blow your mind this time? Didn't I? Listen, I thought that heart of yours was true, girl. Now didn't I think it, baby? Didn't I think it, baby? But this time I'm really leaving you, girl. Oh, hope you know it, baby. Hope you know it, baby. 10 times more, yes, I walked out the door. Get this thing through your head, there'll be no more. Didn't I blow your mind this time? Didn't I? Didn't I blow your mind this time? Didn't I? Didn't I do it, baby? 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 10 times more, yes, I walked out the door. Get this thing through your head, there'll be no more. Didn't I blow your mind this time? Didn't I? Didn't I blow your mind this time? Didn't I? I got to leave, baby. Didn't I blow your mind this time? Didn't I? Didn't I blow your mind?
That's the sound of the Vel-Tones. We pay tribute to the late William Hart on lead there, December 1969 on the Philly Groove record label. Didn't I, parentheses, blow your mind this time? Hopefully YouTube won't blow Johnny G out of the picture. So they see that we've detected copyright audio in your stream, Johnny G. As what else did they say there? They said, heads up. Heads up, Johnny G. We've detected copyright audio in your stream, and it may be temporarily blocked. Really? Well, when it goes to the archive, you don't block it. Anyway, Johnny G needs another glass of wine as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show for this gal born in... Where's Daryl? Daryl's not... How do you pronounce D-E-H-U? Is that D-Hugh? Yeah, DeHue, West Virginia. Then she relocated to Toledo, Ohio, where she was discovered by promoter, production manager Walter Wisenhunt. And she was first recording for the King Soul label in 1968. In 69, she had 2 releases on the Silver Fox label. This was her first and became her biggest hit. Her name is Gloria Ann Taylor, a.k.a. Gloria Taylor. And this tune written by Al Kent, who had an instrumental version of this tune on the Rick Tick label in May of 1967. But this charted number 49 on Billboard, 38 on Cashbox, number 9 on the R&B chart, and a number 5 on WWWS in Saginaw, Michigan. Let's go to September 1969, probably out the same time that Delphonics 45 was out. This is Gloria Taylor on the Silver Fox label, and it's called You Got to Pay the Price.
You got to pay the price. Love don't come so easy. You gotta make every sacrifice. You got to pay the price. Because true love and devotion, well, it's something hard to find. You might spend a lifetime trying, but at last when you found someone you can be your life around. It's worth it to find a love that's true, and you're glad the pain you've been through, but you got to pay the price. Love don't come so easy. You gotta make every sacrifice. You got to pay the price. That means heartaches by the number, going from one boy to another, looking and finally you'll discover that true love is confusion, and it might just be an illusion. There are days when you're feeling blue, but lady luck smiles on a heart that's true, and you got to pay the price. Love don't come so easy. You gotta make every sacrifice. You got to pay the price. You got to pay the price. While you're looking for affection, just beware, you got to pay your dues. Here's some advice you might can use. Keep your eyes in one direction till you make the right connection. Somehow, somewhere, one day, true love will find a way, but you got to pay the price. Love don't come so easy. You gotta make every sacrifice. You got to pay the price. You got to pay the price. Can't get something for nothing. You got to pay the price. Can't get something for nothing.
That's the sound of Gloria Taylor here on the All 60s edition. September 1969 release. That's on the Silver Fox label. The first of 2 on the Silver Fox label. You Gotta Pay the Price. Hopefully you two won't be paying Johnny G the price. Do not block my video. Do not do it, and and piss off my watchers. Do not do that. Let's continue here. Let's go out to Los Angeles, California for this next group. They first recorded for the Marquee record label back in 1962. Helen Simpson, she was the lead singer on that release. I Want a Chance, or I want a chance. Something wrong with that record, but I Want a Chance, a great tune by her. But other members of the group were James Moore, Ralph Chestnut, and Morris Chestnut. I think he's the lead singer on this. Morris Chestnut on lead here. This is their very last single. Came out on the Motown subsidiary VIP record label. The song written by Frank Wilson and Mark Gordon. We go back to May 1965. These are the Vows. The Vows on the VIP label. It's called Tell Me.
Without a doubt, I'm all that you need. And if you do, you can depend on me to make your life one wonderful dream. Baby, tell me. Come on now, baby. Yeah, I want you to say to me that you never make me sad. And then whisper, darling, that I'm the only love you ever had. The thing that you say may not be true, but it sounds so good coming from you, baby. Come on now, baby. Oh, baby. Tell me.
They're called the Vows. You know, are they late on the copyright stuff? You know, I'm not playing records, and they're telling me I got do I have copyright on my voice? Possibly. I don't know, but those are the Vows there, May 1965. That's their final release on the VIP record label. Song entitled Tell Me, as we continue here. And this next 45 is out of New York City. It's on the Uptight label. This group had 5 releases on the label. This is their first. No, I'm sorry. Their first was on the Fania label, if I said that right, in 1967. But this is their third of 5 on the Uptight label. The song was released twice. It was released on Uptight number 10 and again Uptight number 16. Maybe it's a B-side. I'm not sure, but it was written by group member Russell Mayberry, arranged by Horace Donnell. And I'm playing the later one. I'm playing Uptight number 016, which came out in June of 1969. They're called 125th Street Candy Store. And the song is called Loving You Baby Is So Very Hard to Do.
just to love you. Yes, I would. My heart is crying out in pain, pain, girl. A month ago, our love was sizzling, frying, but now today I feel it's dying. Loving you, baby, is so very hard to do. Loving you, baby, it's so very hard to do. Loving you, baby, it's so very hard to do. How you messed up my mind. 'Cause with you I left the good life behind. Now it should be plain to see all the trouble that you're causing me. All the trouble that you're causing me. Love you, baby, it's so very hard to do. You took all my money, honey, and you ran around the town. Oh yeah, you tried to put me down. Yeah, baby. Love from old to new. Loving you, baby, is so very hard to do. Loving you, baby, is so very hard to do. Baby, 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 darling, darling, I'm just a stranger. I want you to come into my life. Baby, baby, loving you is so very hard to do. Yeah.
That's a B-side there. That's pretty cool. I like that side. 125th Street Candy Store. That one there from June 69. Actually, probably released a little earlier there in 69, but that's Uptight number. I featured it on Uptight 016. Loving You, Baby is so very hard to do. Yes, it is. Hope you're digging on the cool tunes tonight. It's my All 60s show. Johnny G is here from 8 to 11 p.m. right here on Oldies and More Radio, also streaming simultaneously on YouTube. I don't think the streams kind of line up. They're a little, I think the Oldies and More is a more direct feed, and you're kind of behind on the YouTube there. But anyway, so either way, no matter how you see Johnny G, hopefully you're enjoying the tunes here as we go back to Philadelphia with this group that started way back in 1956. They had various personnel changes through the years. First recording as the Blue Notes in the fall. Then in the fall of 1964, they recorded as Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes with their release on the Landa label. But this was their next release, which came out on Jimmy Bishop's Arctic label. Now, this is the Philly Arctic label, not the one I played earlier by the Cadillacs. But I like this record here, written by Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff. It was released in July of 1967. Let's give a listen to Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes on the Arctic label. It's called What Can a Man Do?
When he's all alone and blue now, tell me, what does a man do? What does a man when he's got no one to talk to now?
Out of Philadelphia there, that's Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. July 1967 release on the Arctic record label, a Gamble Huff pen tune. What can a man do except listen to Johnny G? Well, he can't leave the gals out. Don't want to leave Charlene, Zelda, or Christine out as we continue here. Who was the guy that said, Johnny G, you got anything on the Invictus label? Somebody was in chat. I don't know if they're still in chat. If you are, let Johnny know, because here is an Invictus 45 for this artist. He was a member of a group out of Norfolk, Virginia in the early 1960s. You may know their signature song came out on the Minute label. It was called It Will Stand. I think 61, I think, for that release. But in 1969, he formed another group and recorded for the Invictus label. And the song that I bought when it came out was called Give Me Just a Little More Time. I also bought Pay to the Piper. That was another one I remember hearing on WABC here in New York City, and others. His name is General Norman Johnson, and he continued to record into the 1980s. Now here's his first of three on the Invictus label as General Johnson. This is produced by Holland Dozier Holland. They left Motown Records to form this label, Invictus Records. This charted number 35 on WNOV in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Got a touch of the early 70s here, Santi, from July 1971. General Johnson on the Invictus label. It's called I'm in Love, Darling.
Here I stand with my heart in my hand. I'm in love, darling. I blush like a child at the sight of your smile. I'm in love, darling. So let's sit down and negotiate and find some way to incorporate our lives together and unite. And in my restless lonely nights, touch me with your fingertips. Let me feel your warmth upon my lips. Baby, baby, you made me love you. Baby, you made me need you. I got a one-track mind, it's on you all of the time. I'm in love, darling. Even when I sleep, into my brain you creep. I'm in love, darling. Girl, the way you manipulate, it's so hard for me to communicate to you the feeling that you inspire. You're everything in life I desire. If you feel I don't deserve you, then let me live just to serve you. Baby, you made me love you. Baby, you made me need you. Here I stand with my heart in my hand. I'm in love, darling. I blush like a child at the sight of your smile. I'm in love.
As General Johnson there on the Invictus record label. That's his first of three as General Johnson. He was also the lead, yes, Yes, Richard, he was the lead of the chairman of the board. July 1971 release there. I'm in Love, Darling is the name of the tune. Let's go back to Detroit, Michigan. I know many of you enjoy the sound of Motown here on the All 60s edition. I don't know if YouTube does, though. But here's a B-side to a Miracles 45 on Berry Gordy Jr.'s Tamla record label. So many great releases they had beginning in 1959 or 1960, I guess. I don't know. Here's a B-side to their 11th. The A-side was called Mickey's Monkey, a number 8 Billboard hit for them, number 3 on the R&B chart. But I like the B-side of the 45. Tune written by Smokey Robinson and Ronald White. This did chart, believe it or not. This was a number 6 record on WEBB in Baltimore, Maryland. Let's go back to July 1963. Give a listen to The Miracles with Smokey Robinson on lead. This is on the Tamla label. It's called Whatever Makes You Happy.
Sadness brought you gladness, I'd be glad to be sad. If my feeling bad made you feel good, I would always feel bad. And I wouldn't think twice about the sacrifice, anything that I'd have to do. 'Cause whatever makes you happy makes me happy too. Sacrifice anything that I'd have to do. 'Cause whatever makes you happy makes me happy too. Even if you wanted someone else to take my place, although I love you so much, I'd still give you up just to keep a smile on your face. That's why I say that if my role would seem to please you, I'd be pleased with my woe. And if my sorrow brought you joy, I'd enjoy my sorrow. And I wouldn't think twice about the sacrifice, anything that I have to do. 'Cause whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you happy, I'll tell her one more time, makes you happy, would make me happy too.
B-sides here on the All 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's the B-side to Mickey's Monkey, Whatever Makes You Happy, from July 1963. Smokey Robinson and the Miracles came out on the Tamla record label. Let's do a twin spin on the Miracles. Johnny G pushing the bots tonight, that is for sure, as this is their 22nd release for the Tamla record label. Now, this one written and produced not by Smokey Robinson. It was produced by Frank Wilson. This was number 50 on Cashbox, number 46 on Billboard, 20 on the R&B chart, a big number 3 record on KTYM in Inglewood, California. We go back to May 1966 on the Tamla label. These are the Miracles. Smokey Robinson on lead. It's called... didn't write this down. Whole lot of shaking in my heart, parentheses, since I met you. That's our twin spin there. Twin spin by the Miracles. They weren't Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, not yet. But that one there, lost my place. That one there from May 1966. Smokey Robinson and the Miracles with their tune called Whole Lotta Shakin' in My Heart, parentheses, Since I Met You. That's a Frank Wilson pen tune. I wonder if, the non-Smokey written or produced songs didn't do did much better than the non-produced ones. I wonder if there was a reason for that. Maybe not a reason, maybe just the sound, but I thought that was a cool record. I think it is a good dance record for that one. Anyway, let's continue here on the All 60s edition for this group from Fort Worth, Texas. It's a trio consisted of James Mays, Wenzon, Wenzon, did I say that right? Wenzon Mosley, and the lead singer Gerald Hardgraves, who co-wrote this tune. It's their only release that came out on the Mala label, with Charles Stewart, who also produced this. He's also from Fort Worth, Texas. And the lead singer on this group was also, Gerald Hardgraves, was also the lead of the Vels on the Hue label, which was a local label out of Fort Worth. But anyway, this is on the Mala label from October 67. This group is called the Majestics. The song is called Doin' the Best I Can. The Majestics.
To tell me I'm losing you. I seem to upset you with everything I do. I know I'll never be your kind of a man, but I'll just keep on doing the best I can, doing the best I can is all I can do, doing the best I can to give love that's true, doing the best I can is all I can do, even though it's not good enough for you. Things get worse, harder I try, but I just can't bring myself to tell you goodbye. And this old heart of mine doesn't understand, but I'll just keep on doing the best I can, doing the best I can is all I can do.
Johnny G getting caught here. Well, not that caught. Well, thank you for that, Floyd. Just needed to make sure. Anyway, let's, what did we just hear? Johnny G losing his mind as the rain's pouring down the plain. I hear it banging on the roof. Those are the Majestics, October 1967. The Majestics on the Mala label. Gerald Hardgraves, the lead singer on that. Johnny G's doing the best I can. That's the name of the tune. Let's continue here for this next gal as we go back to Philadelphia. She sang gospel beginning in 1955 with the Davis sisters on the Savoy label, and in 1961 she went solo with 3 releases on Don Robey's Peacock label. She'd have 2 releases on Decca. Stay tuned, folks. And she followed it up with this release on the Coral label. It's a song she wrote. Let's go back to October 68. Her name is Jackie Verdell. Jackie Verdell. This is on the Coral label. The song is called Call on Me.
If you really want somebody, call on me, yeah. If you really need somebody, call on me. Don't hesitate. After a while it may be too late. Time is precious, so why wait? Call on me. If you want to talk to somebody, call on me. If you want to walk with somebody, call on me. Yeah. Ring me up, it's just a dime. Night or day or any old time. There's nobody on my line, call on me. Call on me, yeah. A little bit of love will make it right. Call on me, I'll be your girl, your woman too. I'll do anything for you. I'll even turn gray skies blue. Call on me, if you really want me, you ought to call on me.
October 68 release there for Jackie Verdell. That's on the Coral label. A song she wrote, it's called Call on Me. And Floyd Flowers called on Johnny G. He sent me an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com, and he asked me if I had a record by Jackie Verdell called I'm Happy, I'm Your Girl. So I wasn't sure, so I looked. I said, well, I do. It's her Decca release. And so I do have it. We're going to give it a spin here for Floyd in our YouTube chat room. So this is a twin spin for Jackie Verdell. This is her first of 2 on the Decca label. It's another song she wrote. This charted number 16 on KJET out of Beaumont, Texas. This is from April 67. This is prior to that Coral release. This is on the other sister label, Decca Records. Jackie Verdell, by request for Floyd in our YouTube chat room. It's called I'm Your Girl.
People are talking all over town. They're saying that I'm a fool, and one day you'll put me down. But I don't care what the people say. I'm gonna love you
April 67 release there for Miss Jackie Verdell. That's a request for Floyd Flowers. That's the first of two on the Decca record label. Song entitled I'm Your Girl. That's actually the B-side of the 45. And we're going to give a listen to the A-side here. Yes, I got it right. There you go. So, Floyd requested the B-side of her 45. This is the A-side that I like also, and this charted number 5 on KCOH in Houston, Texas, and it did well in other markets too. This tune written by Jimmy Radcliffe and Buddy Scott. This one again, the A-side here from April 67. Jackie Verdell on the Decca label. It's called Are You Ready for This? That's a triple spin for Jackie Verdell. April 1967 release on the Decca record label. Are you ready for this? That's the A-side, and Floyd Flowers requested the B-side. It's called I'm Your Girl, and he has that 45. Very cool. As we continue here, we are here on the All 60s show. Let's go back to Memphis, Tennessee. This group first recorded back in 1959 for the Satellite record label as the Vel-Tones. I have that 45, by the way. Their first release, and then it was picked up by Mercury. I have that one too. But then they had two releases on this. Then they had one. Wait, I messed that up. Yeah, but then they had two on Satellite, which would eventually become Stax. That might have been one, because they recorded it. No, they had two on the Satellite record label, not one. But they had one on Stax as the Canes. And then in 1966, they had one more as the Vel-Tones. And it's a Dan Penn and Spooner Oldham Penn tune, and I know that Steve Alamo covered this song in 1968. I like his version also on the Atco label, but I think this is the original. Came out in January 1966. They're called the Vel-Tones. The Vel-Tones on the Gold Wax label. It's called I Do.
To hold them tight, I do.
I do.
Who
sweet kisses every night, darling. I do. What kind of fool would lose his head every time he thought of you? Now, who wants to fall in love? I do. Who wants to see the same old face every day? I do. Who want to hear those foolish things you say, darling? I do. Who want to change his carefree ways and spend the rest of his life with you? Now, who wants to fall in love? I do. Someone wants to fall in love with you. Someone wants to give all love to you. Guess who? Who needs a tender hand to hold? I do. Who needs someone when nights are cold, darling? I do. Who wants to tie himself up for good and spend the rest of his life with you? Now, who wants to say I do? I do. Pretty little angel. I do. You know that.
They're called the Vel-Tones. The Vel-Tones there from January 1966 on the Gold Wax record label, song entitled I Do. As we move on here, we go back to Chicago, Illinois, and this group, they had their debut single in 1965 on Dick Simon's Satellite record label, and then it came out. Then they had 5 more releases on the sister, Satellite out of Chicago. Then they had 5 more releases on the sister label, which was St. Lawrence Records. This was their first, and this charted number 5 on WBEE in Chicago. It features Bobby Newsom on lead from October 65. Let's give a listen to the Vontastics. The Vontastics on St. Lawrence. It's called Peace of Mind.
Like a sweet, tender baby being laid in his cradle to sleep, and the mother, she sits and watches with tender care, like an old
October 65 release said the Vontastics. Vontastics on the St. Lawrence record label. That's their first on St. Lawrence. Peace of Mind is the name of that one. Johnny G getting peace of mind in retirement. As I get to go through all my 45s, it drives me crazy. I need helpers here. Who can come over here and help Johnny G go through all my 45s? And believe me, I have cameras here, so you can come through and help me go through my... I know Charlene would help me out. Charlene, I know you'd help me if you come here, but I need help. Yes, I do. Let's continue here. Let's go to Odessa, Texas now, as the lead singer of this group was a teacher at Blackshear Junior High School in Odessa, Texas. He taught eighth grade English, and he recruited 4 of his students, and they sang at various school functions and record hops. When Roy Orbison was passing through Odessa, he heard them perform, and he was so impressed, he brought them over to his label, which was Monument Records at the time. The result was 4 singles, best known for their second release, a doo-wop song called Tonight Could Be the Night. But here is their 8th of 9 releases on the Monument record label. Now, this is the B-side, and this is an error. Those of you that I showed this record to, if you're there going, oh, Johnny G's playing Let the Fool Kiss You. No, that is a mistake on the 45. I don't know, I have it on a DJ. I don't know if the stock copies have it correct. I'm not sure, but this is a DJ copy. It's a pressing plant mistake. It reads, Let the Fool Kiss You, but it really should be Kiss Me. That's the title of the song. It features Virgil Johnson on lead. We go back to September 1966. Give a listen to the Velvets. The Velvets on the Monument label. It's called Kiss Me.
Paw, 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 kiss me, 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 just one more time. I'll know it's forever.
There you go with the Velvets there. The Velvets from Charlene, check that date, because go to Ferdy Gonzalez's disco file, because this date I think is not correct. It's 64, I think. It's not 66. Their last one was in 66. But this is the Velvets there. The title's wrong. It says Let the Fool Kiss You. The song should be Kiss Me, that one there on the Monument label, Virgil Johnson on lead. Let's continue here. For this group from Miami, Florida, consisted of Robert Thomas, Woodrow Tucker, Morris Clemens, Jimmy Hartfield, and Morris Hill. Collectively, they were known as the Movers. They had this release on the local Deep City label, which would be picked up nationally by Brent Records. This was actually their second release for Deep City, and the flip side here, One Chance, was also the A side of their first, but with a different flip. So this is, I'm featuring the second, which I guess was picked up by Brent Records. This is from July 66. It's on the Deep City record label. I'm going to flip this over anyway. It's the Movers with I Love You Baby. This is the A side. That group called the Movers there, the Movers from July 66, I Love You Baby. That is the A side. We're going to, we're going to flip it over here, as we do with an instantaneous flip side here. Because this was the A side of their first release on Deep City with a different flip, but you get they put it back as a B side on their second release from July 66. I'm talking about. I have it on the July 66 press. The Movers here on Deep City with a B side here. It's called One Little Chance.
The minute you said no, I knew I didn't stand a chance. All night long I've been watching you, trying to get just one little dance. But you broke me so when you said no, when all I asked for was one little dance. Now I watch all the other guys coming to you
That's a B-side here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. The Movers there on the local Miami label Deep City Records, July 66. A song entitled One Little One Little Dance. I typed chance. You believe that? One Little Dance. Boy, wine does it to you, Ryan, doesn't it? Or beer for you. I like wine. Let's continue now. We have a duet up next. They had 3 releases on the Review label. They were known as Lonnie B and Vicky G. In reality, they were Lenny West and Vicky Phillips. This is their 3rd release on the Review record label, written by Jerry Atkins, produced by Al Grace, arranged by Arthur Wright. This charted number 28 on WYOK. If you were listening in Houston, Texas, January 69, sound for Lonnie B and Vicky G. It's called We're Gonna Stay in Love with Each Other.
We've got so much to offer. We're gonna share our love together, 'cause we've got so much to offer each other. Yeah, 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 yeah. Getting too hard. There's a very strong will. Both of our hearts, the love that we feel. No, 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 we'll never part, 'cause we've got each other's love, locked in each other's heart. We're gonna stay in love with each other, 'cause we've got so much to offer. We're gonna share our love together, 'cause we've got so much to offer each other. Yeah, 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 yeah. We've had bad times, just like anyone else, but we never worry. We settle them ourselves. That's why I we're gonna stay in love with each other, 'cause we've got so much to offer. We're gonna share our love together, 'cause we've got so much to offer each other. Yeah, 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 yeah. We'll stay in love. We're gonna stay in love. We're gonna stay in love. We're gonna stay.
Duets here on the All 60s edition as we are in Vinyl Treasure Overtime now. That's Lonnie B and Vicky G, Lenny West and Vicky Phillips, January 69, their 3rd release on the Review label. We're going to stay in love with each other. Yes, we are. And let's go to New York City now for this group that first recorded for the Bunny and the Big Bunny labels beginning in 1965. Then in 1967, they signed with Phillips for 2 releases. I just picked this up at the record store I went to for 50 cents. I bought 30 records for $10. That More Than Riches by Ralph DeMarco that I played on Monday was in it, and this record was in it for 50 cents. This was their first of 2 on the Phillips label, co-written by the lead singer. His name is James Stuck Sturkey. This is from February 67. These are the Millionaires. The Millionaires on the Phillips label. It's called I'd Rather Do It Myself.
I
That's the sound of the Millionaires here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, February 1967 there on the Phillips record label. Their first of two, I'd rather do it myself. That's my motto. Let's continue now for this gal, songwriter and record producer from Bessemer, Alabama, was known as the godmother of Detroit soul, and she owned and operated her own record label too. It was called Northern Records. And not to mention, she also recorded on the Northern label in 1959. That was her label. But she had a number of releases on different labels, like Reel, R-E-E-L, Big D, Sue, Spokane. I think I featured her Spokane release here on the 60s show. Maybe one on Blue Rock, too. But here's one she had on the Atco label. This tune written by Melvin Davis. We go back to October 1967 for Johnny May Matthews and the Wonderettes. This is on the Atco label. It's called Lonely You'll Be.
Ooh, no peace shall I find until I get you off of my mind. Nothing but heartaches and misery. Man, you've been causing me. When I need a man, you can't be found. When I need a friend, you nowhere around. One day, we gonna wake up. That's the day, yeah, yeah, we gonna break up. And lonely, 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 lonely you be. Oh, yes. No more good times do we share. No, you act as though, hey, hey, you don't even care. But one of these days, I'll be gone, leaving you all alone. But right now, you have the best hand. I want you to be my loving man. But just like I always say, the table's gonna turn one day. Then lonely, 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 lonely you be. Oh, yes. When your friends turn you down, baby, lonely you be. When your telephone don't ring, baby, lonely you'll be. When you think about the way you treated me, lonely you'll be.
As Johnny May Matthews there. Johnny May Matthews, Lost My Place, from October 1967. That's actually the B-side. That's the better side in my opinion. Johnny May Matthews and the Wonderettes on the Atco label, Lonely You'll Be. Two more 45s to go before we sign off here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. You all know this next gal. She's from Hazel, Kentucky, and this is one of her releases on the Imperial record label. Actually, it's her 6th of 20 that she had between 1965 and 1970. The song written for her by Chip Taylor, but a group called the Pozo Seco Singers, they heard the demo and they recorded it. And both versions were out at the same time. And I think Dick Clark pushed not her version, but the Pozo Seco Singers version on Columbia. But this is supposedly the original version here. It was supposed to come out by Miss Jackie DeShannon. This was number 68 on Billboard, but a number 6 on WRIG in, is it Wasu? Where's Brian when you need him? W-A-U-S-U. Is that Wasu? Wasu, Wisconsin. This is from August 1966. Jackie DeShannon on Imperial, and her tune called I Can Make It With You.
When the world was on my shoulders and all hope for tomorrow was gone, you took my hand and baby, you made me see there's a future for me. I can make it with you, baby. I can make it with you. I can make it with you by my side. And when all life had lost its meaning, when my dreams had been shattered by time, you touched my hand, and baby, you made me see there's a future for me. I can make it with you, baby. I can make it with you. Yes, yes, I can. Oh, I can make it with you, by my side. I remember when I was down. I've been lost, but I've been found. I can make it with you, baby. I can make it with you. Oh, yes, I can. I can make it with you, by my side.
That's a great sound of Jackie DeShannon there. That's on the Imperial record label. That's her 6th of 20 for Imperial, August 1966 release. Jackie DeShannon. It's called I Can Make It With You. The Pozo Seco Singers, theirs did number 32 on Billboard, did better than hers. But what are you going to do? That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to original vinyl 45s out of my collection. If you want to get in touch with me, send me an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com. If I have the 45, if I find it, I will play it for you. No problems with that. But if you missed any of the show, you can come back here on YouTube. It should be posted instantaneously as part of the upload. Then they go through it and they check the filters. At least they didn't black me out tonight. That was one thing they did not do. But you can also go to vinyltreasures.net. I upload the show right before I go to bed there, so you can stream or download the show at vinyltreasures.net. Just in case it's not on the YouTube. At least on the YouTube, you can look at the labels and whatnot, and you can see me messing up and getting caught. Anyway, but that's going to do it, folks. Thank you all for tuning in this evening. I'll be back next Monday night at 8 o'clock for more 1960s 45s out of my collection. And I'll be on Saturday night. I know Chipper's waiting for my Saturday night show, which will be at 9 o'clock, 9 to midnight. Then we join Oldies and More on at about midnight. I was on only about 45 minutes. It was a little early. Left a little early last week, but I was tired. I got a lot of stuff to do for the rest of the week. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thank you, Charlene, again for all your help. The closer tonight is a special request for listener Floyd Flowers. This record out of this record is out of Cincinnati, Ohio. This group best known for their song Then You Can Tell Me Goodbye, but this is their fourth release, their fourth of 11 they had on the Fraternity record label. Now, this song was first recorded by the Everly Brothers in 1965 for the Warner Brothers record label. A tune written by Don Everly. Now, this is produced by Gene Hughes, who's probably the lead singer on this because he was the lead singer of the Casinos. This was a number 9 record on WGEM in Quincy, Illinois. The closer tonight is from March 1967, the Casinos on Fraternity. It's called It's All Over. That's going out to Floyd Flowers. Once again, folks, thank you all for tuning in tonight. Like I said, I'll be back next Monday night right here on Oldies and More Radio, or if not, on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to Johnny G's YouTube channel and click that bell for notifications and click the thumbs up. Tell your friends about it. I'll see you next Monday night or Saturday night. Just want to say, everybody, so long, the Casinos.